Hi, this is Anita, and I'm a co-founder of Bharosa Club, and I'd like to spend the next half an hour or so walking you through some of the functionality that we've built with a view of optimizing your investments. So having said that, let's get started. So the default, I've logged into my account in Bharosa, and the default page when you log in is Learn Brain Food. This is a page that we update once a week with interesting podcasts, articles, or videos. And members have appreciated these a lot and they find them very useful. The other tabs are something that you should go over. And there are little nuggets of information that you might find really useful, which will help you evaluate things like your insurance policies, etc., which could change the way you do things. For example, under Protect in health insurance, we talk of reading the fine print and reading and a section on room rent policy, room rent limits. Okay, so most people don't read this and do not understand that this could be a showstopper when it comes to certain circumstances. So it's good to be aware of this, either to evaluate your existing policy or to evaluate when you're buying a new policy. So here we have videos which are also there on our YouTube channel, and research. In research, we keep adding papers which we believe that members should go through because they can understand why we are suggesting certain things. We like to back it up with our justification for why we are giving a certain recommendation. And we explain our thought process, and we would like members to read this so that if they understand the thought process that we're going through, they may add to it and have their own thought process, or they may agree with us, but they're not completely outsourcing their thinking to anyone. Now, I'm going to spend most of my time on the Tools tab, and the default subtab that it opens into is the dashboard. The dashboard is really going to be blank if you don't have mutual funds or you don't upload your CAM statement, etc. I'm going to come back to this tab in a bit. Let's go to the Compare tab. Now, this is very useful for people who either have existing investments elsewhere or on Bharosa or are new to investing. It gives a person the ability to compare different mutual funds with each other or with small cases. So I'm going to take, let's take HDFC Top 100, which is a mutual fund. I'm going to take SBI Blue Chip, and then I'm going to take Bharosa Top 150 or any other small case and hit the compare button. And this here is the results compared, and it's easy for you to compare this with each other. For small cases and for mutual funds, we only give the returns since launch. We don't use backtest data for this. So Bharosa Club Top 150 you'll see is blank in the 1 year, 3 year, 5 year category because we launched this only on August 8th, 2019. And you can evaluate these, compare these with each other, etc. And it helps you make decisions on whether you should buy, sell, or hold your existing investments, or when you're considering, it helps you in your decision for when you're investigating certain funds or small cases. This is just one contributing factor. For a small case, you would go into the blog, etc. And I'll come to that later. So this is the first tab. Now this rating is really based on an algorithm. So while everything else here is updated on a daily basis, this rating is updated only once a month. It's on the first of the month, and it's from an algorithm that we run, and we give our own rating. I will come to that later in the methodology tab. The next tab is large cap, and here we take mutual funds and small cases in the large cap category, and we compare them with each other, and we rank them and give them a star rating based on our algorithm, like I said, on the first of every month. So what you will find interesting over here is that the top 5 are actually small cases and not mutual funds. And so you may want to examine these, or you may not want to, because if you want to just stay in mutual funds, that's fine too. These are sortable by current, I mean, the default sort is current rank, but you could change the sort order, etc., very easily. So, and similarly, you'll see that in the mid and small category, the top performer has been CanSlim-esque, which is again a small case. Tax saver, balanced. In balanced, again, the top 3 performers were small cases. So small cases are a force that you need to investigate and see if it's something that you would like to try out. Then is the large cap stocks. So here we've taken large cap stocks and we have used our algorithm to rank them. This is based on past performance and relative performance to each other. So we recommend that you use this with caution. Just because we are recommending that, just because something was ranked number 1, like Muthoot Finance was ranked number 1 and it's a 5-star stock, does not mean you rush and buy it. You need to do a lot more research before you buy a stock, and really buying stocks is not for everyone. We recommend that most people stick to baskets of stocks, which are really mutual funds and small cases, rather than going into individual stocks. But this can help you evaluate your current investments. And for those people who are interested in investing in stocks, this is one tool that they could find which is really useful. What we do on Bharosa Club and what people really, our members really appreciate, is our transparency. And if you click the methodology tab, we tell you exactly how we, give our rating, and it helps you just understand things better. Now, you can click the small case tab, since I did talk about all these small cases that are doing so well. And you'll see here that we are monitoring we have one small case, which is the Bharosa Club Top 150, which is a moderate risk small case. And we compare it to the Nifty on a daily basis. This is updated every day. And you'll see that post-launch, we've done about 17% better than the Nifty. In the last 6 months, we've done about 12% better than the Nifty. And this changes every day. In the last month, we did actually 2.5% worse than the Nifty. And 3 months also, we did about 11% worse than the Nifty. So now, while this is good information, you may want to, if you do want to investigate the small case, you can click here and you can go and read about the small case in the blog post. And you can see what is the methodology that the publisher of the small case is using. Are they transparent? Do you like the backtest data? So the backtest data is important. It's an important factor, but you should mostly look at post-launch data. The backtest data is just one factor, but pays special importance to post-launch data. So like here, we'll tell you, we have told you exactly when we launched, how many subscribers we have, what is the AUM, what were since this was updated on the 1st of July, what were the stocks that we took out, what were the stocks that we took in, why did we make that decision, how did we do compared to the Nifty, etc. There's a link here to the backtest results, etc. And it can help you understand and evaluate whether it's something that you want to consider. Similarly, you can do it for the other small cases. Like we mentioned 3 small cases here. The other 2 are all-weather investing, which is low risk, and CanSlim-esque, which are not run by us. They're run by the company small case. And you may want to evaluate these and see if you like them. And if you do, then you will need a demat account, and you will need to get set up and stuff. And we recommend that you get started with the minimum amount and see if you like the concept of small cases. The next tab I'm going to spend some time on is Wealthsimple. So Wealthsimple is a totally set it and forget it product. And what do we mean by that? So we basically created a product which invests in the ICICI Pru Overnight Fund, which is a really, really safe debt fund, and the ICICI Pru Sensex Index Plan, Direct Growth. We only do direct funds because we are an RIA. And then a person, for an investor, all he or she has to do is just add money, whether lump sum or monthly, and then everything is done for them. The investing is done for them, the rebalancing is done for them, and this is and we've tried to make it easy for them to monitor, and the statements, so like every month you can see, did you gain money, did you lose money, etc., and understand exactly what you're doing. Now, how does the rebalancing work? The rebalancing is done, it's event-based and not time-based. So what does that mean? When you set an equity percentage, and if you don't change it, it's 60% equity, 40% debt. You could change it to 20, 40, 80, whatever. Now, over a period of time, you will drift away from the target equity percentage because of market conditions. And if, let's say, you had set it at 60 and you've moved, your actual equity percentage is now 65. So we see if your drift is 5% or more away from your target. And if it is, and if the Nifty PE is 26 or above, then we move the excess over your target to debt. So we do a switch. And that's why we've taken two funds from the same fund house. We could have chosen any other fund house, because in the case of an overnight fund and a Sensex plan, there's very little difference between one fund house and the other. And so we bring you back to your target equity percentage. Similarly, when your equity percentage, let's say, falls to 55 or below, and your target was 60, and the Nifty PE is 22 or below, we buy some equity for you to bring you back to 60-40. This way, the rebalancing is done automatically for you, and you're also taking advantage of market conditions, and you don't have to do anything. So this is great for new investors who'd like to learn. It gives them an opportunity to see how things work, to understand and not actually do something. And also for experienced people who want to not be totally involved and watching their investments all the time and taking action every now and then, because they have better things to do than manage their money. So either way, we have members of all kinds who are actually investing in Wealthsimple. There's no extra charge for Wealthsimple. It's included in the 1,000 rupees per annum of Bharosa Club. The only thing that is not included in the 1,000 rupees fee is really the small case fee, which is separate. That's also 1,000 rupees per annum, and that's from the microsite bharosaclub.smallcase.com. So you could be a subscriber to the small case and not a subscriber to the club, and vice versa, or both, in which case you'd pay 1,000 and 1,000 plus GST 18%. Now, on your dashboard, we have given members the ability to upload their CAM statement, even if they choose not to transact on Bharosa Club. So you can be transacting using any other robo-advisor, using an AMC website, you can use MFU, but you could upload your CAM statement and evaluate your holdings and see what is the star rating, etc. If you do that, then here on the right side of your dashboard, you will see the comparison of your portfolio with a very, very simple Wealthsimple approach. And you can click other equity percentages and see at 60-40, are you doing better than Wealthsimple or not? And at other equity percentages, etc. And below that is the Nifty PE. And you'll see despite COVID, we're in the, we're at 28.13 with the PE is 28.13, which is in the risky category. So this is a factor that you could take into account when you're investing. Mine is showing 0 because I just use, this is my portfolio, and I just use mutual funds for the tax saver funds. And I really just invest in small cases which don't reflect on this page. And for this comparison, the back testing data, we exclude tax saver. We don't include tax saver for this comparison. So we have other functionality like capital gains and things like that if you upload your portfolio or you transact on Bharosa. But I'm not going to go through all those tabs, etc., because they, that's just it's routine stuff in my opinion. So I hope you found this session useful, and I hope you will be involved with Bharosa in whichever way you want to. So you could, for free, subscribe to our YouTube channel and see the videos, and we keep adding to them every 2 weeks. We have these sessions which we record. You could create a Bharosa account on Bharosa Club and subscribe to the membership for a year. Like I said, it costs 1,000 rupees per annum, and it is refundable if you don't like it. You could use it only for the advisory part of it, and you could continue transacting wherever you do. That's fine, absolutely. If you do want to transact on Bharosa, either in Wealthsimple or other funds, then you will need to get a CAN, which is a common account number, from mfuindia.com, and we're happy to help you do that. It's a completely online process and it's pretty quick, but it's a process that needs to be completed. And you may choose to just invest in our small case. That's great. There's just one more thing that I'd like to add is that we're a club which is very member driven. And what does that mean? If you look under Act Save, we have a budgeting template which was actually contributed by one of our members. And it's a really nice template, and we thought it was worthy of sharing with everybody else. We thought all the members would benefit from it. Similarly, members are constantly requesting sessions, and they send their request to advisory@bharosaclub.com, and we have these sessions, and other members benefit too, so it's great. We like this kind of input and involvement from the members. We always get requests for adding small cases to our compare tab, and that's added because it makes it easy for members to compare small cases with mutual funds. And these are just some examples in which members can be involved. And just one last bit of information is we do not make money from anywhere else other than the fee that we charge the members. So we take no commissions from manufacturers of products or anywhere else. And therefore, we are committed to providing what we think is best for the members and suggesting what we think is best for the members. And we always welcome members to challenge our suggestions. So for example, under under Act Save, we've suggested an app over there which members could use to manage their expenses. We would love it if members came up with another app which they thought was really even better, and we would evaluate it and change our suggestion. We're very happy to do that. Well, that's it for now. Thank you very much, and we hope that you will continue to interact with us. Thank you.